Hi everyone, thank you and welcome to our 0 to 1000 Social Media Growth Training course. Now, my name is Carl. I'll be guiding you throughout the process. And first things first, thank you for being here and thank you for making the right decision. Now, what should you expect? First, expect that the ideas, thoughts, principles, action plans that I'll be discussing in this training is based on both theory and practice. And because of those information I've learned through the years and growth hacks I've learned, I was able to build a business based on social media. I work with clients both locally and overseas. And lastly, it's based on certifications I took. Okay, I will not be sharing. By the way, I just want to give you the heads up. I'm not going to copy certifications. I will not be discussing or dumping information to you from the certifications I've had through the years. But I'll be giving you the information that I believe work. Now, when I say it's based on both theory and practice, as a social media manager, a creative artist, a digital marketer, I had learned through the years. I've used a lot of things that helped me grow in learning social media. And at the same time, I applied it. Okay, so I didn't only apply it. Actually, I applied them most in my clients, and and these learnings I've had helped me bring their social media pages, communities, and groups from practically no uh, followers to more than 8,000. That is why it's safe to say that this training, 0 to 1000 growth, is something that I am well versed in telling you. Now, I've made a livelihood in social media. I told you that already. And I've worked with more than 40 brands inside and outside our country. I've worked with food industry. I've worked with food brands. I've worked with eye care. I've worked with um, with cryptocurrency brands. I've worked with ice creams. I've worked with cosmetics. Um, I've worked with a lot of brands, not only in visual media and branding, but I also handle the social media accounts. And this tried and tested things that I've learned and applied actually works. It's not a formula per se, but there is a pattern. And there's something that we need to understand, and that's why we're here. Okay? And as I told you a while ago, this training is based on certifications I've had. Now, let me give you the heads up. I want to give you right now, okay, as a freebie to start things off. If you can screenshot this this um, this screen or this slide, please do, because I'll be showing you both free and paid certifications available online, which I already took, which I would recommend to everyone. But take note, these certifications may not necessarily apply all the time in the Philippines setting, but I trust me, this will help you. If you don't want to be a social media manager, you're just here to build your brand or to grow your business or have a digital brand online, it's okay as well. These certifications give you a lot of information. You don't even have to take the exams or quizzes or be certified. But if you want to, then that will work for you as well. So you have both free and paid. I would strongly recommend for paid certifications, although it's a little bit expensive, the one from Digital Marketer. I learned a ton of information that I was able to apply with many of my clients, especially the customer journey part. It's really good. So I would recommend you going through that for you to be able to really, really expand your knowledge in social media. Now, what's my story? I just need to deliver this. You'll listen to me. But I still wanna express or inform you of how I got into social media, how I was able to gain notoriety, how my clients and the things that I did for me to grow up build a business, a sustainable one, by the way, and enjoy what I do. So, how I got into social media? First, I started Creative Commune Media. It's first and foremost a designs agency. So I am a graphic artist. I did it as a hobby and had a few clients before. So I decided to venture and build a business um, in, in creating logos, in creating layouts, and I did. That's Creative Commune back in 2016. And after a couple of months, it was really running good. And I transferred in a new location, a bigger office, more expensive overheads, and that's where my first business mistake happened. I got in too deep. So when I started Creative Community, we had a small office, a small team. We were running really well in terms of finances, and when I transferred to the new location, the bigger overheads, the more drastic business decisions I had to make, the harder projects I had to take just to build or to get more money led to the downfall of my business. Now, I also got loans. I wasn't able to pay them. It was really hard. So if you're running a business, one piece of advice I want to give you: don't don't bite more than you can chew. That's what I did. I was trying to gain success, and I failed by being by getting in more than what I could handle. And but it doesn't end there. Because of that business, because of building, um, because of me building marketing materials, I was able to get a client that trusted me in handling their social media account. So this was a Facebook account back then. I not only helped create the brand, creating the logos, the initial cover photos, the first post they made, but I literally managed the account for a couple of, it, it's more than a year. So that that good relationship I've had, not only with these clients, but the succeeding clients that I've had, led me to at least recover from the failure I made in the business. It was able to help sustain not only my family, but also build a team that helped me in working with clients. So that's a good thing. So when I closed my physical store, um, we started to manage clients at home. It was not easy closing down my physical store, but I had to make a decision because not only was it bleeding money, but my team can now operate online because we're doing social media. So that was way back 2018. And through the years, through months and months, I was able to build relationships with businesses inside my hometown in Tagum City, Davao del Norte. I was also able to handle clients in Manila. I was able to also help clients in different areas in Visayas, and I was able to land clients overseas. I had a couple of Canadian, American clients, um, and they were really, really happy with the results. Okay, but I'll be honest, some of my clients actually just got me for a couple of months and tried to replicate what we were doing, what we applied and learned, the strategies we were implementing, and do it on their own. And that's not a problem. They were able to build their business, grow their clientele, which express a bad decision on business on my end, but it also shows the power of this training, the capacity, learning and understanding how social media works actually go for your benefit. Whether you're a businessman or a person who's trying to do social media management as a career, you have to learn, you have to understand. And that's why I'm so thankful that you are actually joining this training. because this is your effort to grow. I tried to lower down the rate as much as I could so that I could be able to share to more people without losing the value. But take note, and please understand that um, because of the strategies being implemented or being that I will be talking about in this training, clients were able to grow their businesses in the digital marketing space, and they were able to reap the rewards from it. If you're a businessman, well, it's conversions, it's sales, right? Not only that, if you are a professional, a social media manager, it's more clients for you. So I am also hoping, by the way, to create a course or a training series connected to that, to getting more clients in social media. But that's after this one. So hopefully you'll still be part of the group and actively join so that you'll be able to get notifications once I do. So how do you maximize the course? So I see, I would recommend to do three important things. First, you pace yourselves and learn daily. It's very important to pace yourselves. Two, you take quizzes properly. And number three, apply things ASAP. Now, in terms of learning daily and pacing yourself, well, this is a 30 part training, 30 videos. Well, if that's 20 minutes each, you can binge watch this and be done by tomorrow, right? The question, will you be able to learn as much? Will you be able to apply those learnings properly? Will you be able to retain those information? So here's my advice. Just pace yourselves. Take time to schedule your learning daily. I recommend less than an hour. 1 or 2 videos per day, that's good. But if you want to go for 2 or 3 hours, you can as well. It depends on your pacing. But I will not judge the way you pace, but you just need to do pacing. Know yourself enough to know how long and if the information is still being retained. Okay? Next thing that you need to do is to take quizzes properly. Okay? Let me be honest with you. You can simply keep those slides, screenshot them, and just when the quiz comes, just need to browse through the slides, and you can get, good grades. You can perfect that. You know why I know? I did that in my other certifications as well. I did that. I even recorded the training. So that once the exams or quizzes or certifications came, I can simply browse back on the video or on the slides so that I could be able to get the answers. But question, did I learn anything? Not much. Because I was just trying, to pass certification. Which is not the point. Believe me, having a certification does not make you a good social media manager or a good businessman. Because if it did, I would have been a billionaire by now. But if you take the quiz properly, and let me help you. The quizzes on this certification, alright, on this training, is not graded. It will help you assess whether you learned or not. But I personally don't care enough to uncertify you if you fail a quiz or two. So it's not graded, it's free. Take note of the scores because you will be able to help assess your learning and your comprehension. I hope that makes sense. Now, next thing you have to understand is to apply it ASAP. Now, applying it ASAP is a bit challenging, which is why I require you to have a social media project with you already. Maybe you have a group, or you have a page, or you need something. Just be sure to find a way to apply the training that we're doing. Why? Because you retain information better when you apply it. Don't just copy and paste and follow steps. but learn the lesson, take down notes, review the notes, and then execute. That's the process. Listen, learn, notes, review, then execute. Diba? So, um, you can always get feedback from me in the group. That's the reason why I opted not to create a course in Coursera or Udemy, which are also good resources, by the way. But I wanted to do a training session specifically in Facebook so that you can easily access it, you know, anytime. You can, many people, many Filipinos enjoy using Facebook. Diba? You just enjoy doing it. You just enjoy watching the latest news on Facebook. So, might as well create a group. I opted to create a group to make sure that I will add value on you as you browse Facebook. You can simply ask questions in the group. You can simply, and then by the way, let me give you a tip. Please make sure that when you go to our group and you join, okay, on the, just below, on the right side of the cover photo, you will find a button there wherein you can just simply click on notifications or how you will be notified, and make sure that you will be notified on all, diba? On all posts, on all announcements, on all information. Why? Because it will help you. You can choose naman kung ano yung, you can choose naman which information you would rather read and not read in your notifications, and you can easily do that. But making sure that in the group at least, all posts are seen gives you the power to choose. And I want to give you that power to choose. Okay? So at the same time in the groups, I'll be posting Facebook updates. I'll also be able to help you. Well, here's a piece of advice I want to tell you. Don't expect that the training will always deliver the same, exactly the same results at all times. Here's one thing I've learned through the years. Facebook changes its algorithm so quickly that many marketers have a hard time trying to catch up. Instead of trying to create this process of catching up, here's my advice. Understand your niche. And that's also a reason why I don't expect the results to always be the same. Simply because niches are different. Your group is different. The people you're trying to sell a product onto differs from another group of people. Diba? Filipinos are different from people in Dubai or in the US. And in the Philippines alone, there are thousands of tribes, thousands of locations. Even groups of people have differences in the way they behave, they think, and they act. We're not chasing Facebook here, guys. We're not trying to understand the algorithm of Facebook. We're trying to understand the human behavior, or at least the behavior of your target market in Facebook. So that I'm already giving you the gist of training. I'm training you to be able to understand the behavior of the people you are trying to reach and sell or influence in Facebook. So what do you need? You'll need notes, of course. You make sure that you understand your notes. That's a weird part. I actually know somebody in the past. One of my classmates before writes so illegibly. Okay? He makes the way doctors write really look nice and good. Ganun kapangit. That's how bad this person's handwriting was. And when I asked him, do you actually understand what you're writing? He said, no. Sabi ko, I told him, why are you doing it that way? Because he's trying to catch up. And I told him, that's not the point. How would you understand your notes? Or, when you're just trying to... Long story short, we ended up arguing. And he was telling me that he was not trying to take notes for him to understand. He's trying to take notes for him to feel good about being in the subject, which is really sad. I don't want to be in that position. Please, write legibly. You can use digital or old school handwriting ways, diba? Um, and take note, in most of the trainings here, you will be given handouts. Wow, yay, handouts! You can simply print them. There will be notes, okay? I'll be giving blanks on those handouts that you can still follow and take note, o, diba? That's a good way of learning. That's me adding value because I really, really appreciate your effort and I really, really want you to learn. So you also need a SOCMED project of your own. That's very, very important. Have a Facebook or a group, a Facebook page or a Facebook group that you need to manage and grow. That's my advice. Aside from that, have a business goal in being part of social media, or a venture that you want to get into. Maybe you want to create a new market, or maybe you want to increase your sales. Put goals. Be specific. We'll talk more about that in the coming training sessions, but right now you need a project. You need a Facebook page, a Facebook group, a goal, and a plan. And lastly, you'll need an accountability partner, preferably from people in this group. Why is that important? You might ask. Well, an accountability partner helps you get the job done. How many among us paid 1,000 pesos for a training which you never really watched or you never really applied? How many among us got enticed with a very good-looking seminar series, but yet when the day came for you to watch and learn from it, you're not there? Why? Because nobody's there to hold you accountable for those actions. Well, it's my money, it's me anyway, it's my time, it's my life. Well, that works. But let me give you a piece of advice. If you have an accountability partner, chances are you will be helping yourself battle against procrastination. I've had so many instances of me and other people that I've seen lose a lot of things in their lives. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a business transaction, a project, or their jobs, because they procrastinated. Just get a partner, just get an accountability partner to help you. And this person also reminds you of what you need to do. Make sure that you are allowing him or her, you're giving him or her the permission to scold you and to remind you. That's what accountability should be. And if you jive well, some people wants to get a person who's strict because they tend to be lax and laid back. But a benefit I also get from getting an accountability partner is it makes the training, it makes the experience more rewarding and fun. Just get maybe one or two. Huwag yun ang damihan. Don't overdo it. Just get those one or two, a friend or somebody in the group that you are allowing to hold you accountable for the actions you need to do. So, and finally, I want to advise everyone as I close this introduction. Medyo mahaba ako pero ang daming gusto sabihin sa inyo. I really want to say a lot of things as we go forward. I want to challenge everyone in this group to help each other. Let's be friends here. Let's learn to ask questions and let's learn to respect each other, and let's also learn to answer. And if ever, here's a piece of advice as well. If you don't know the answer to a particular question and you yourself, you want to learn more about that question, just comment. Just comment on that post so that if ever somebody posts or comments or answers the question, you will be informed as well. So, I hope you learned a lot. Again, I want to tell you that this training is meant to help you understand not Facebook, but understand the clients, the followers, the population, the people that you are trying to reach out. See you in the next session. Thank you and God bless.